Next tonight, we can reveal the regional policing service that deals with roads and shootings has been branded inefficient and unsustainable. The East Midlands Operational Support Service was set up to pool resources across 4 police force areas.
This programme's been told an internal review has warned the public could be at risk, and now the Nottinghamshire force is considering pulling out. This exclusive report from our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball.
From keeping control at protests and football matches to protecting us from terrorists, the East Midlands Operational Support Service was set up 3 years ago. Police chiefs hoped that merging specialist units like firearms teams would pool stretched resources and help deal with major incidents. But we've been told a review by the Nottinghamshire force has raised a catalogue of concerns. The local police commissioner says the system needs to change fundamentally.
I think in its present form, EMOpSS won't go forward, but I think there will be a different model, much more locally based than it is at the moment. Whether it's called EMOpSS or whether it's called something else, I think yet needs to be determined.
EMOpSS covers 4 police force areas: Lincolnshire, Nottinghamshire, Leicestershire and Northamptonshire. The review says it's costly and fundamentally flawed, putting officers and the public at risk. It says police are now far less visible on our busiest roads. The distances are making officers tired. They've even seen wires melt in police vehicles because of the length of blue light runs. And it says armed response units are struggling to meet emerging threats.
For example, if there were, heaven forbid, a terrorist attack, that the nearest armed vehicle was close by and could respond quickly. Am I confident about that just now? No, I'm not. That's why I think there needs to be a change, and we need to base resources much more locally than they are at the moment.
Derbyshire Police never joined EMOpSS, and now the region's 4 other forces will need to decide how they go forward and whether staying together is the best way to keep us safe.
Jeremy's with us in the studio. Any reaction to what's emerged today?
Yeah, first of all, a welcome from Nottinghamshire's Police Federation. They tell me they hope it'll mean more officers back in the city centre, more officers back on the county's roads. Interesting statements from the police, though, that show a real disagreement emerging between different forces. Nottinghamshire, on the one hand, say they hope some of these resources can come back under local control again, and that means they will have their own operational support department again. A very different response from Leicestershire. They say the other forces simply don't accept the findings of this review. They're convinced that pooling resources does help them tackle major incidents, that it does make them more effective, and they're committed to developing an even better relationship with the Northamptonshire and Lincolnshire forces.
OK, Jeremy, thank you very much indeed.